The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check. Watch the before. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Herbert. Then he's got his man Hilton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down, Broncos.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Operating from the gun, Herbert, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got a man, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on first down. Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down now, it's Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On third down, Hines. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Hines. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check 52.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Forced out to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Share. Bang, bang, bang.
Here's Hines. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
One hallmark of good defenses, game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
That's fielded in the end zone. Fights off the defender. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Brown. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Off the play fake. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
He's checking, he's ready.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. A huge play that time for the Colts. 49 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
You must be dreaming. Showing up. Look.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
At the Broncos' 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Kaepernick going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. In for the score. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
The extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Mike. Time to go. Hey, lock it. Check, check, check. Down.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Check, 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 check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 36-yard line.
Set, ready. 6 yard. 59. Grab. Top arm. Take the grip. Take the grip.
Now again, right side. Hines. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Hines. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch the pass. Shit. Look at me. Go. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss.
Check back. Back. Patch it.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra.
On just about every team, okay, forget it. On every team, the goal is to be in third and what they call manageable, to give yourself a chance to pick up a first down. How about that call on second down? The big man puts them in position to make it third and manageable. I wonder if they'll get a second chance at it to try and pick up the first down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
1 sec. 2. Mike 52. All day, just like that. Kill.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Check 43.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Watch the slant. Watch the ass.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They went for broke on third down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on fourth down?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Watch the screen.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off play action. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I we enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point safely through, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
That's it. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". It's coming this way, here we go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Under crunch. Rock it. Get it.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down now, it's Brown. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up fourth down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Herbert. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine.